Madison Bumgarner.
I mean, Madison Bumgarner is pretty good.
When he's not hitting home runs, Madison Bumgarner is a pretty good pitcher. But I mean, they don't have that ace or pitching staff that the Giants have been known for when they make deep postseason runs.
I think they have the ace, but not the pitching staff.
No, but I mean, it depends on the coin flip also. If the Pirates end up winning this coin flip, they for sure will be moving on to the next round because they are basically dominant at home. They don't lose very many games at home underneath that Pittsburgh
Chuck,
crowd.
I'm pretty sure they don't decide home field advantage by a coin flip.
Yeah, they do.
But
No.
Yep, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip in my mind.
It's not. All right, we're gonna.
That sounded like cheering.
Oh,
That does sound like cheering. Yeah, kids, yeah!
That's our live studio audience here. As we're recording this, it's definitely not a computer.
yeah.
All right, so I have the Pirates moving on to the next round, depending if they play at home or not. But I believe that they will. And then since they will be playing at home, they will be very dominant, especially with that offense that they have. And they have a better pitching rotation. So depending on where they come up in that pitching rotation, they will, no matter what, have a very good pitcher coming up and pitching in that game.
All right, Kevin.
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh as well. I've seen the Giants this year look like they could win the World Series, and then I've also seen them look like they could lose 90 games. And I think they're kind of in that zone right now. They've had so many injuries to deal with. Matt Cain, Angel Bacon, Michael Morris, Brandon Bell. It just seems like everyone's been going down this year. And personally, right now, I don't think they have what it takes to win. But now I'm going to move to Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh needs to start Garrett Cole. I think the debate right now is Garrett Cole and Liriano. And
very much
both very dominant pitchers.
They are both dominant pitchers, but Garrett Cole's stuff I think is better.
Filthy.
It's filthy. And I understand he doesn't have the postseason experience that Liriano has, but I think that Garrett Cole is the must choose person for that for the start.
All right, so now we're going to be moving over to the AL, and we'll be starting our predictions. First off, since the Athletics have not clinched a wild card spot yet, and neither have the Royals, right?
They have not. No.
So first off, who do we think that are going to fill in those last two spots? And since the Royals are still in the race with the Tigers, are they going to be winning that AL Central spot?
No. The Royals are not going to win the AL Central. They will make the wild card, and so will the A's.
I agree entirely with that.
I do not agree. I believe...
Whoa. Which team's not making the playoffs?
I believe that the Royals and Tigers will be making the playoffs. I mean, the Royals and Tigers have completely run away with this during the September of that wild card spot and of that division. But I believe since the Athletics are really sliding, they do not make this wild card spot. And I do believe that the Mariners, yes, I do say the Mariners out west with King Felix and Robinson Cano will indeed make this playoff.
So the big buyout by the Mariners pays off, and let's just pick it up a little. We're running pretty long, 30 minutes long show. So we're gonna head over to the NL in the divisional round.
Wait, we haven't chosen who won this first. We haven't chosen
that's
who
correct.
won the wild card. So,
I'm getting away.
That sounds like cheering.
Kids.
It's gotta be more like this, guys. All right. So I have that. Even though the Mariners make the playoffs, they will be losing to the Red Hot Royals, the hottest team in the AL.
Nick?
All right. I have the A's winning just because, I mean, the A's have so much pitching, and they're just. I think
they got John Lester for UNS Cespedes, but really when they got John Lester, what did they lose? They lost a big bat in their lineup, a big bat that put less pressure on everybody else in the order to provide, and that order right now isn't really providing for their pitching staff.
And I agree, but I do think with the pitching that they have enough to sneak by the Kansas City Royals.
All right, I have the Royals winning, even though their offense scares me because they don't have over 100 home runs on the season. But I think the A's are just entirely falling. I think Billy Beane has almost single-handedly taken the A's out of really any World Series contention. And I think that's just a shame because I think at one point they were one of the best teams in baseball.
All right, so now so we'll stay in the AL, and we'll just we'll finish off the first round of the AL slot. And so for all of us, or for me at least, I have the Royals versus the Angels. Nick has the Athletics versus the Angels and AL West showdown. And Kevin also has the Royals versus the Angels. So let's go to Kevin to see who he has as winning the Royals versus Angels matchup.
I have the Angels. I think their offense is just way too strong. The Royals, again, just their offense scares me. I like Alex Gordon. I like Sal Perez. But other than that, I just don't think they have enough offensive power and to get it done. The Angels losing Garrett Cole scares me a lot. But
Garrett Cole?
When
did the Angels get Garrett Cole? Like
the
music,
Angels got Garrett Cole?
Music
What?
to my ears.
Garrett Richards. Excuse me, Garrett Richards.
I mean, boo!
Give him the boo. Give him the boo.
I'll take the
Kids.
boo. All right.
All right.
Now we're gonna move on. We have.
Wait, so I'm gonna go. So then instead of the Angels being the Royals, I'm gonna have the Royals indeed being the Angels. I mean, the Royals have been really red hot this season. At the end of the year, they have a very good pitching staff, and even though they might not have the power hitters like the Angels do, their team made up for power made up in stolen bases.
All right, and I have the Angels winning. In that same ALDS, the Tigers and the O's, quite an interesting series. Both teams are pretty good. I think we all agree.
Yes, that will probably be the best series so far of the DS. Of the ALDS. I believe that the Royals Angels game that I predicted will not be as fun because that'll either be really high scoring games for both for one team and a low scoring game for another, or vice versa. But the Orioles and Tigers kind of are basically the same team with a couple power hitters and a couple guys that get on base. So I have the Orioles actually beating the Tigers because I believe that their pitching staff has been more consistent. I mean, Justin Verlander hasn't been as consistent as he has been in years, and that's
Justin Verlander's a little occupied.
And
let's be honest.
That's going to be a little bit. That's going to be an if factor, even if he is occupied.
All right. I also have the Orioles winning in what should be a great series. I see it going to 5. And I really like the Orioles this year. I really like the Orioles, and you will see that reflected in my predictions.
I'm gonna agree with what Nick and Chuck have. Chuck, did you say that?
Yeah, I said.
I'm gonna agree with what Chuck and Nick said. I think the O's this year really have what it takes to contend for a World Series. It seems like every time someone goes down, they just have someone else step up. So, with that reason and the fact that they have a very well-rounded pitching staff, I'm going to pick them to win the game.
And I mean, the O's are a classy organization. I mean, letting Derek Jeter end his career with a walk-off hit. What team does that? I mean, come on. The Orioles are classiest organization in the MLB.
That's a class.
We'll get over to that later. But, I mean, we got to finish our predictions.
And now in the NL...
we all have the Pirates and Nationals, right, guys?
Pirates and Nationals? Nationals?
Yep,
right.
Pirates and Nationals.
Kevin?
Who do you say?
I'm going to go with the Nationals. I think almost as big of a question as who's going to win the game is who's going to start that game. Who's the number one?
They have quite a bit of pitching. I mean, Strasburg, Gio.
Yeah, it's Zimmerman. Tanner Roark.
No one knows who he is.
He's a fister.
But anyway,
Whoa.
exactly. With that pitching, I think. All right, good. That's fine.
Right.
With that pitching, I think they have plenty of offense to win the game. I'm a huge Bryce Harper fan. I think he's starting to play like Bryce Harper can. Adam LaRoche has probably been the most consistent Nationals hitter all year. Ryan Zimmerman's back. Ian Desmond. They're just loaded with players, and I think they have what it takes to win the game.
As do I. I also have Nationals moving on. I mean, I think this will be a fun series to watch, but frankly, the Nationals are just too good. And I mean, I think the Nationals will have home field advantage, and that will impact this series. And I think the Nationals are too much for the Pirates, but I do think the Pirates will give them a good fight, especially at home.
Well, I believe that the Pirates will pull it off from this. I mean, they have this is a 5-game series, right, guys? 7-game series. So that means they have 3 at home.
Boo.
So they
Bring in the kids.
Games at home, and those are basically lock-up game wins. So basically,
That's
a little
bit.
bold.
I'm saying those are going to be lock-up wins against the Nationals. I mean, the Nationals are a really good organization, but I still think that the Pirates will be winning most of their games at home. Every series that they do play at home during the playoffs will be that they win at least 2 games at home. So that means they only have to win 2 games at away, and I believe that they will at least win 2 out of the 4 at the Nationals ballpark.
All right. Now we have the
Dodgers and
Dodgers
St. Louis.
Cardinals. This is traditionally a very, very good postseason matchup, and I mean, it's going to be this year.
It seems like every season they're playing.
Every season, the Dodgers seem to run into the Cardinals and just lose.
They never win.
They never win. It never happens.
It just never does. Except for this season.
Exactly.
Yes,
there we go. So I'm going to start seeing that the Dodgers are my team, and they've been my team since I was a young kid. And series. I think when you have Clayton Kershaw throwing 2 games in the series, Zach Greinke
possible, but I mean, my question to you is,
what about
who's your third?
Ryu?
Who's your third?
I think.
Are you gonna throw Dan Herron?
Dan.
He's
Herron.
been actually he's had a very solid.
Dan Herron.
He's actually had a very solid second half, and no, I think Ryu will be back by then. I'm crossing my fingers.
Are you sure? Because Ryu has not been suiting up for the last couple.
I mean, he's
like,
crossing, folks. He's literally crossing his fingers, crossing those fingers, crossing the arms,
All right,
crossing
they get
the
the point.
toes,
They get the
crossing
point.
the legs.
All right,
and crossing his eyes.
So,
Yeah,
all right, so
come on,
I'm-
he's praying.
I'm crossing a lot of stuff. But, okay, and my second reason I think the Dodgers are going to win that series is the offense is clicking on all cylinders right now. I haven't seen Carl Crawford play like this since he was an MVP candidate player in Tampa Bay. Juan Uribe is playing like the West Coast Big Papi. For those of you who don't know, that's his nickname.
Boo! There's only one Big Papi.
Looking like an MVP again. Puig's turning it around. Adrian Gonzalez has had a debatable MVP season. Hanley Ramirez is looking solid, so I think the Dodgers are poised to win that series.
And I will have to agree with Kevin. I mean, the Dodgers are a very good team to be reckoned with. I will say this, but it will depend on Yasiel Puig production in the postseason. I mean, all the other team has to really do against Puig is throw breaking pitches away, and he won't be able to touch it. So, will he be able to become disciplined enough by the time of the playoffs against that strong Cardinal pitching staff who will be able to exploit that?
And I mean, Wainwright's curveball is renowned.
Not just Kershaw's.
I mean, Wainwright's curveball was before Kershaw. So
okay.
I also have the Dodgers winning, and I think we're gonna pick it up a little bit.
I had the Dodgers winning also. All right, and we're gonna stay in the NL. So it will be the NLCS. I think we all had the Dodgers.
We do.
So the Dodgers versus the Nationals / Pirates.
Whoa! / Pirates.
/ Pirates.
Oh, that's right.
All
Dodgers, Pirates. All right, I'm going to say Dodgers, Nats. I think it'll be a good series. I do think the Nats will run away with this one pretty easily. Other than maybe the Dodgers winning game run with Kershaw on the mound. The Nats are just too good for them. And 4, but I mean, I still.
5.
And 7.
They're just, the Dodgers are just going to pitch Kershaw. Breaking news. Kershaw will pitch every single game.
That'd actually be so
They've
nice.
released Zach Greinke and Hyun-Jin Ryu, and Kershaw is pitching every single game.
And that will automatically mean a victory every single night.
Yeah. So, no, but in all honesty, Nationals are going to beat the Dodgers.
So, I'm going to have the Pirates beating the Dodgers. I believe this East Coast East Coast will definitely dominate the West. I mean,